YouTube. This is Kira. Hello fans and family and friends and subscribers and viewers. It's Kira here, reporting live from Murray, Utah, here to talk about my brother and just had this really weird feeling about my brother earlier today, and I just felt like I wanted to talk about my brother. And well, the first thing I wanted to talk about was well, I haven't seen my brother or heard from my brother for a while, and I'm starting to wonder what's going on, because I honestly do miss my brother. He's only 20 years old, and I haven't heard from him in a long time. First things of all, some things haven't been doing very well for my brother, but I still miss him. And that the way me and him got along with each other, it just went from good to worse. And I still love my brother, but the fact is, he's been calling me a lot of swear words, and he's been stealing a lot of money from my family, and a lot of my family members, including me. He stole $500 from me once, and it's a little scary, but when someone steals money from you, that is not a good sign. It is not something you want to deal with or put up with. I honestly can say I still love my brother very much. I love him with all my heart, but it really hurts my feelings to see him steal money from us and call me rude names like the F word and a lot of swear words and a lot of hurt and anger issues and a lot of depressing issues. But I really do miss my brother, and the fact is, when you miss someone, it comes straight from the heart. And my brother and I have gotten along with each other so well over the years. I mean, as a child growing up, when I was 9 years old, my brother Vonya and I would fight with each other a lot and pick on each other and call each other names, but it's not like bullying or anything like that. We would just have little tiny arguments and a lot of family problems, but our fights and arguments are not the same as my parents. I love my parents so very much, but the problem was with my family is the fact is the problem with my parents was that they would not stop arguing and fighting around me and my brother, and I just got really tired of it and really upset over it. I would always be yelling at them, telling them to stop, and they would just go off on me and my brother. And my brother was so angry one time that he went into his room and shut the door and broke his own window with his bare hand. And my parents didn't know that they were causing a lot of problems in our family, and even for me, I just couldn't handle it anymore or anything else like that. I mean, I still love my parents, but they just didn't know how to get along with each other very well. And I've told them many, many times that arguing and fighting with each other, especially around the kids, which are me and my brother, and I've told them that arguing around us just puts off a lot of negative energy, and it's just not a good thing for the family. And negative energy is something that you don't want to have to deal with or go through. So when I turned 19 years old, and my parents were like this before, but all of my family members, including my 3 brothers and 1 sister, well, including all of my siblings, but my let's see, along with my 2 brothers and 1 sister, I think it was a lot different than it was before, but my 2 sisters and 1 brother were all kicked out of my parents' house, and my parents would not stop arguing and fighting, so my mom kicked all of us out of her household at a certain age. But for me, I was kicked out of her house at age 19, not on purpose, but she wanted to give me the opportunity to live a life and live my own life and see what I could do. But now with that said, my parents would not stop arguing and fighting around me and my brother, and now it's like I hardly ever talk to my parents anymore. Like, I try calling them and I try to call them and see if they would answer me, but they would never answer me or anything. Like, if I were to have an emergency or anything, or if my brother got hurt or something like that, and they never answered their phones, my brother would be in so much trouble, so much danger, and everything else. And the thing with my brother is that he has celiac disease, and celiac disease is a type of disease that you cannot eat gluten, you cannot eat flour or wheat, and my brother hasn't been all that great with the gluten-free thing in the first few rounds, but as soon as my brother found out that he had celiac disease, he had to give up every single product that had a lot of wheat and flour in it. And my brother was very frustrated, and it shocked my parents, but it wasn't that easy to have to hear about that and a lot of that other stuff. But anyway, it's more, he's used to it now, so he doesn't really care about any wheat or flour or anything that has wheat or flour in it. But celiac disease can really mess with your body if you are not careful or anything with that. I personally do not want to have celiac disease because it is something that can be really hard on you, and it takes most of your eating away. All of the fun foods like fast food and candy and a lot of that stuff, it takes all of it away from you, and it sucks. But my brother Vonya, he is living on his own now, and he's only 20 years old, and my parents just couldn't take care of him anymore, so they kicked him out of the household. And now that all of us are grown-ups, we have our own life to deal with. I hardly don't hear from my brother at all anymore. Like, I really wish he was here with me, but the fact that he ruined everything for us. We were going to be roommates once, but until we found out that he stole money from my dad, he ruined it. He ruined everything for me. I wanted to be roommates with him, but even before my dad was gonna look for a house, I had this huge plan for me and my brother to live together because I know me and my brother are very good friends and very good brothers and sisters. And the fact is, if you steal, the consequences you can get from stealing are no one trusts you, no one believes you, no one can trust you or anything. You get most of your freedom taken away. Like, you'll probably end up living on the street or with your parents or any of that type of thing. But I had this huge plan planned out for me and my brother for the future, and my brother decides to ruin it. And not on purpose, but the fact is that he stole a lot of money from us from the past few years. And I wanted to live with my brother. I wanted him to live with me and be roommates with me, but he ruined it all for me. He ruined my huge plan for me and a lot of other that stuff. And I feel bad because in the future, I'm not gonna have anyone to live with. All I have is myself. And that's it. If it were for my brother, I wish he would be able to live with me in the future, but he can't because he ruined it. But I don't know where my brother will end up in a few years. Maybe this year will be a good year for him, or not. You never know. My brother is stronger than he thinks. But when it comes to stealing from your family and stealing money from everywhere, especially your job, that is not a good place to be, and that is not something you want to do. And one thing I've learned from my brother is if you feel like stealing something, put your hands, both of your hands, in your pocket and walk away. So you're not tempted to steal that item. And that's why my brother got fired twice from 2 jobs. And the 2 jobs he has had are he worked at Walmart for a few months or a few weeks or something like that. And then he got fired because he stole something, like a picture frame. I think it was a picture frame, I don't know. But it was like $120. And so he got fired for that. And then afterwards, he started to work at a hotel called the Marriott, and he got fired there for stealing a few pool towels or something like that, and they were probably a few $100. So far probably $300 for everything. But I just wish my brother wouldn't do that. And the fact is, you know, guys, stealing isn't good. Why would you want to steal? I have no idea why. I had no idea why my brother wanted to steal in the first place. It is something that's very bad for your life. And stealing can get you nowhere. Like, stealing can just end you up in jail or prison. And prison is not somewhere you want to be. Like, I've seen shows about these kids my age or 18 and younger kids, even at the age of 10 or 11-year-olds. They're stealing from their parents. They're stealing their cars and they're changing them in for drugs. And that is something you do not want to do. Like, why do it? Why steal from your parents? Why steal from your family? That's what I said. Stealing is very bad, and it can end you up in a place like jail or even prison. And that's the last place I would ever want to be. I do not want to see my brother go to jail just because he stole something that he wasn't supposed to. And it's just not a good sign. I mean, a few times he has stolen from my parents, and he got angry to the point where he broke his own window, bedroom window, twice with his bare hand. And I'm surprised he didn't get glass caught in his hand. But apparently he was really angry, so he broke his own bedroom window and escaped before the police officers arrived at my house. And we couldn't figure out where my brother was or anything. But I'm telling you now, guys, stealing is very bad, and I don't want to see my brother go through that. But he's learning. My brother is learning. He will learn eventually. But I just feel bad for him because I wish I could trust him. I wish I could be with him. I wish I could hang out with him. I wish I could take him places without having to do stuff like that. I just wish I could trust him. That is one thing that goes around everywhere. Trust is the number one key to everything. Like, trust is the number one thing to a friendship. It is to a relationship. It is to family. It is to friends. And it is to everywhere. So, if you want trust, you have to earn it. And if you want to be trusted, then you have to show them that you want to be trusted. Because right now, I cannot even trust my brother at all. Like, he actually broke my trust. And I can't even trust him anymore. But as long as he's learning, he will eventually earn his trust back from me. And he will learn to, he will learn not to steal from the family or anything like that. And I would really love to have him be trusted by me again. I would love to trust him again. But the problem is, what happens if he doesn't learn? You know, I may have stolen something, but I've also learned from it too. Mine wasn't as bad as his was because the police got involved, and that's something you don't want to have to deal with. Like, why do it? I mean, I can no longer trust my brother right now because he lost my trust. I love him though. I still love him, but I still can't trust him. And trust is the number one thing that goes around everywhere. And that is huge. That is a huge key to life. And if people want to trust you, then you have to show them that they can have your trust. And that's why I can't trust him anymore. I mean, even right now, I still can't trust him because of the way he stole $500 from me and spent it on junk food and candy and electronics without me knowing until my parents found out. And then that's how I found out that he stole $500 from me. So I no longer trust my brother anymore. Even right now, I still don't trust him because I'm afraid that he's gonna steal from me again. That's why I had to put passwords on my phone, on my tablet, on my computer, and that way he cannot get access to it or delete my photos or videos or anything. Because a few years ago, I had my phone with me and I left it on the countertop on accident, and first thing I know is that I go into my phone, into my photos, and all of my photos are gone, all of my videos are gone, and my whole memory system was gone. And same thing with my tablet and my computer. All of my photos were gone, videos and more were gone. And I was totally upset. at him for that. So I no longer trust my brother anymore. But hopefully he will learn to get my trust back again and a lot of that stuff. But I still love him with all my heart. He's my little Russian brother. I certainly do love my brother, but I just would hate to see him end up in a prison or jail or anything like that. But what do you do? So, I love my brother very much, and you know, even though we make the wrong choices in life, we can still learn from. You know, it may take some time for my brother to earn my trust back 100%, but he has to learn how to not steal my money, not to delete photos and videos off my phone or tablet or computer that are really special to me. He has to learn how to ask me first before going and doing it. He has to learn not to disobey me and my rules, and he needs to learn not to steal money from me or my family, even all of my family. He needs to learn not to steal from a job or at a work site that can possibly end up getting him fired again. He needs to learn a lot of things right now, including earning our family's trust back. And the more he will learn, the more trust he will earn, and the more freedom he will have in life. Because right now, he's not getting anywhere. And his life is just going down the drain right now. But as long as we have family to help him out, that's all that matters. I still love my brother and everything, even though he came all the way from Russia. I still love him with all my heart. And no matter what, he is still my little Russian brother. Even though I'm 2 years older than him, I still love him with all my heart. But he just needs to learn how to be trustworthy and learn how to not steal money from us or anything from our family. So, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this video, and a lot of that other stuff. Wow. But anyway, as long as my brother learns he's going to have more freedom in his life and a lot of that stuff. So, I'm ready to fall asleep. Yeah. Let's see what time it is. It is 11:04 p.m. right now. So I better let you guys go. And I love you with all my heart. And Vonya, if you're out there watching this video or wherever you are, I love you. And no matter what, you're always my little Russian brother. No matter what. Anyway, guys, I love you all. And Vonya, if you're out there, be careful. I love you with all my heart. I hope you're doing okay. I hope life is treating you well. And I hope to talk to you soon. I really do miss you. And I really do wish you were here with me. But I would really like to trust you again. And I would really like to be able to trust you again. But it's gonna take some time for me to be able to trust you again. But eventually, I will be able to trust you again someday. You just have to show me that you won't steal from me or do anything wrong to me or and start doing the things that you should do. Instead of stealing, you should be loving. You should be earning trust. You should be hanging out with family and paying and making your own money instead of stealing it. But no matter what, I still love you and I still care about you, but you just have to learn how to earn my trust back. And I'll be here to help you, but you have to do this on your own in order for me to trust you again 100%. Anyway, guys, I love you, Vonya. I love you with all my heart. No matter what, you're always going to be my little Russian brother. I love you and stay strong. And hugs and kisses from your best friend, Kira. And I love you all. And I will talk to you guys soon. And I will make a new video for you guys tomorrow. Anyway, guys, sleep good. And I love you with all my heart. And, good night. And sweet dreams. And angels on your pillow. Love you guys. Sleep well. Mwah. Good night, guys. Bye.